What's up, everyone, and welcome to the As Seen on TV podcast, brought to you by TVCaptive.com for Once Upon a Time in Wonderland, Season 1, Episode 11, Heart of the Matter. This week on Wonderland, Alice and Cyrus take a trip to Storybrooke. The knave gets his heart back, and Jafar kills Anastasia. I'm your host, Dom, and with me I have my two co-hosts, Rachel.
Hello.
And a bag of rupees.
How many jars did you have?
It looks like a chocolate lollipop.
I'm Clio. What?
Looks like a chocolate lollipop.
Chocolate lollipop?
Well, the way you were holding it, I couldn't see the bottom, and it looked like, it looked like you were holding a stick on the bottom, and like, I don't know.
I was going to say, how many jars did you have to break to get this?
I broke all of the pots.
She went to a pottery barn, and she just started smashing all the pots.
Yeah. It's my dice bag.
Ah.
Fun fact, Pottery Barn does not have pottery.
That's unfortunate. So yeah, that is Clio down there, by the way, because she got upset that she realized we never say her name because we always call her whatever she's holding up.
No, you can keep doing that. I just have to remember to then say my name when I'm done doing whatever.
When no one is around me, you say.
I knew you were going to do that.
Say my name, say my name.
We were just talking about a lot of 90s stuff, so it's very...
Yeah, Yeah. So how are you guys tonight?
Good.
Tired.
Tired. I think we all share that in common.
Yeah.
Except it's dark out for most of us.
It's still light for me. West Coast, West Coast.
No, you're living in Wonderland. That's the only answer.
God, I wish I was. The magic, I can magically move all my shit in and have it all done.
Yeah, this was a very heart-wrenching episode, don't you guys think?
Yes.
I was saddened greatly.
Saddened? What was so sad?
Anastasia and
all of
Bill,
the things.
And he started crying and I lost it. I was like, no, stop. Will, no.
I knew he was going to do it.
Will's been through enough.
You see, I think I'm pretty sure I blocked out the fact that they said someone is gonna die. Like we were coming in knowing someone was gonna bite it, and I think I just completely blocked that out.
I just didn't think it was gonna be her.
I think everybody was hoping it was gonna be Jafar, but
or the
well, I thought.
Jabba baby walkie.
I thought it was.
Is it possible to kill the Jabberwocky? We don't know.
After the staff went crazy.
Yeah.
We don't know if the Jabberwocky can be killed.
It's possible.
We just know it can be subdued with that blade, but we don't know if it can be killed.
I think it's the Vorpal sword.
Oh, you're right.
They said it.
They did.
Oh God, doorbell.
Doorbell.
So Jafar has the Vorpal sword.
Look at it.
So wait, Jafar has the Vorpal sword, right?
Mm-hmm.
In that case?
Yes.
I should have realized that was the Vorpal sword, but I just did not put two and two together, I guess.
Mm-hmm. So, at the start of the episode, we see Cyrus going to try to find either his mother or his brothers. I think both. I think he realizes... No, I don't think he knows Jafar has his mother at that point.
No, but he went to look for it.
Yeah, so he's trying to find the compass, and what did they call the compass in the recap part at the beginning? They actually named it the Lost and Found.
Yes.
So he went to go find the Lost and Found.
I don't know why I was going to say Truth or Dare.
The Truth or Dare, wow.
Wow, that is interesting.
Ooh, yeah.
Goddamn dog.
Yes. Stick the Cheshire Cat on him.
My cat is probably underneath.
No, the Cheshire Cat. You gotta feed it the mushrooms first so it gets to be like the size of a tiger. And then...
Yeah. I wish.
Yeah.
Now it's all itty bitty.
So speaking of the mushrooms, so Cyrus had given Alice some of these mushrooms, and she shrunk down to itty bitty size, and she was sneaking around trying to get the compass back from the caterpillar because they knew that the caterpillar was not just gonna hand the compass over to Cyrus, so they used that as a distraction. Did you guys think something was gonna go wrong with Alice being tiny? Like somebody was gonna step on her or almost step on her, I kind of had like a Honey, I Shrunk the Kids moment, and I was waiting for something.
Yes, I did. I was waiting for the Cheshire Cat to pop up.
what I was waiting for was for her to get caught. It's like she was small, but she wasn't that small.
Right.
And the compass was still normal size. I was just waiting for someone to see. I was like, oh my god, this is so stupid. What are they doing?
Yeah. I don't know. I really expected something to go wrong. I was waiting. Like,
Yeah,
I was positive somebody was going to almost step on her. It was going to be kind of close, and that didn't happen at all. Their plan actually worked flawlessly, which
is unusual.
yes, especially in this
maybe
universe.
With Cyrus and him kind of going back to, I guess, like we said last week, human.
Yeah.
He uses his past thievery and swindling and know-how to make this
him and Robin Hood should
better.
be best friends.
Oh my god, yes.
Mm-hmm.
They should totally be best friends. Which, by the way, for the record,
Images.
I just found out that they switch actors on Robin Hood under our noses, and I didn't even realize this.
Wait.
What?
Season 3?
Oh,
Season
yeah.
2? When they introduced Robin Hood, they switched him out the following season. And I didn't even know they switched actors, so...
Well,
he wasn't very...
Yeah,
the
they
first
did.
time they met him wasn't a big...
Yeah. They did a good job switching the character out, because I didn't even realize it. Because we were complaining last episode about Anastasia. We were complaining about last thing about Anastasia and that, and for some reason that's so prominent to me. Like, I remembered that, because I think we were debating early on whether or not Anastasia was the stepsisters or something. I think this was something that I think Rachel had brought up in, like, our first, like, 2 or 3 episodes.
yeah.
And I was like, no, there was an Anastasia, and like, I was positive we had seen the stepsisters before. I couldn't remember what she looked like, and then we went back. We found them, I think last episode, we found out what they looked like.
They weren't very clear. They were just, it was like a flashback.
Clear enough to see that it was not this Anastasia.
Mm-hmm. Yes. You were all upset about this, but you're not upset about Robin Hood.
The reason why I'm not upset about Robin Hood is because they snuck it under my nose, and I didn't notice. I'm usually a very observant person. So the fact that they were able to pull this off without me noticing, I give them credit for it, and I'll let that one go. But when they can replace a character that's memorable to me...
I'll let it slide.
Yeah, exactly.
Memorable to you? I didn't even remember they were even in it.
Yeah.
I mean, I remembered that there was Cinderella, and I could have sworn that the sisters and the stepmother were there, but
they weren't very memorable.
Yeah, exactly.
They were to me. But, I don't know.
They were girls in dresses, of course.
Yeah, so speaking of the other show, Once Upon a Time, these characters actually, we had Alice and Cyrus transfer over to Storybrooke, and they made a little trip there to retrieve the Knave's heart. Were you guys a little disappointed?
Yes.
I think we were expecting a little bit more out of the visit to Storybrooke. We were looking for some kind of answers, like interaction with some of the characters. There was nothing.
Yeah, at least like oops, I'm sorry I bumped into you.
Yeah.
Prominent person from the other show, you know?
Yeah, it seemed like
it was night. They could have been sleeping.
Yeah, I'm sure they were, but still.
There were a lot of cars on the road for...
Yeah, true.
You know.
But the fact that the Knave actually had an apartment there, and we never saw him in the other show.
Yeah, it just seemed like there was a lot of potential that they missed out on.
They might do more with it. You may never. Maybe they're setting up if Wonderland gets canceled. They have this to fall back on.
Yeah. No, I was looking for some kind of answers for the timeline, because we have a lot of questions about when this falls into play. We don't know if the Storybrooke that they went to is the first curse, the second curse. We don't know if it's pre-Emma.
The third curse.
We don't know, yeah.
I have a feeling it's the first curse pre-Emma. I have a feeling about that.
Yeah, I don't know if we're ever gonna get any answers. Well, we may from the writers afterwards, but especially if this show gets canceled, if it doesn't go into a second season, we may never get these answers.
Yeah, I was
not going to doesn't happen.
Yeah, at Comic-Con last year, I feel like I can't remember exactly, but I think the writers were hinting at that it was first curse pre-Emma, but not very,
far behind.
Far pre-Emma, like maybe weeks before Emma shows up.
Okay. So, if that's the case, then that places a little bit in the past.
Yeah.
Of course it does, because Cora's still alive.
No, we don't know that, though.
Well, that's flashback.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Korra was in a flashback, so she may not be alive. What did you guys think of Korra? Well, actually, hold on. Before we get to Korra, what about the little nuances that we had when they were in Storybrooke? Like Alice and Cyrus, they're amazed with the lights, like turning the lights on. I was like,
Hilarious.
like, what kind of magic is this? Like, I can understand Alice not knowing about the refrigerator, but don't they have lights in England or wherever she's in?
1800s?
Yeah.
No, it's all lamps.
Is it?
Lamp oil. Yeah.
Because I couldn't remember. I could have sworn seeing a lamp in one of the flashbacks to her house.
Well, they did at that time like wall sconces, but there was like natural gas. It wasn't a lamp. It wasn't light. It was natural gas lamp on the walls.
Yeah. Okay. No, obviously I know they didn't have working electricity like we do back then, but
I swore there was some form of electricity in the, I don't know.
Well, not all houses had it too. So
okay, that's true.
I know. I definitely remember they had a fireplace. I remember that, but I could have sworn I saw a lamp on one of the tables or something. I don't remember.
I might have been. Who knows?
Yeah. But
now
all
you're
right,
gonna
so
go back.
yeah. Now I will because you said that.
Talk about Korra now, please.
Yes, Korra. What did you think about the way Korra's fit into all this?
Awesome. I kept clapping for her. It's like, I missed you.
Yeah.
Just trying to figure out what her in is. She has something against the Red King, and she's using Anastasia to.
Well, I think it's more that she sees something in Anna that was in her when she was younger. Because when she was trying to get Anna to light the fire, she got very passionate about people telling you what you can't do.
Well, yeah, I think she, in a way, she knows how to manipulate people too. So she sees what was, that Anna was told you were a disappointment to me. You were da 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 whatever, and she used that.
Da 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 da. She used
da 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 da.
Yeah, but I feel like there's more of a personal investment for her in this. Like she sees herself in Anastasia, just like she saw herself in her daughter, and her daughter didn't live up to what she had for her, and so now she's moving on to another person who can do it, what she wasn't able to do.
Right.
So what is it she's trying to do?
It's just kind of, it seemed kind of cool to me that Korra gets involved, and if she didn't get involved, Anastasia and Will would have kind of had their happily ever after. Definitely. So it's like every time Korra visits another world, she's meddling somewhere.
For some reason, for her own gain.
Yeah, so we know that in Storybrooke, in the Enchanted Forest, we know all the trouble she caused there with Regina and Snow White and all that. And then we have, the Knave and Anastasia here. I was going to call her Rebecca for a second. And then whatever happened in Oz.
Yeah.
So.
Who is her father?
It's the Wizard of Oz, I'm telling you.
Korra's getting around. It's
Rumpelstiltskin. But the wizard isn't green.
No, but I know he's not green, but the thing, at least from Wicked, what was in the play, in the book, was that because the Wizard of Oz and
the
Witch's mother had she was a bastard, she's out of wedlock, whatever. That's why she was green.
See,
I love the fact you just called her a bastard.
She is.
I know.
In the your daddy's not legitimate way, not in the.
Well, originally, the wizard wasn't really wizard. He was just like
I know.
Sideshow Barker from Kansas.
Yeah, no, I know, but it was like the actor, whatever.
Name
or green. That's just how it was in the play.
But his theory about...
I'm still calling it. Rumpelstiltskin is the Wizard of Oz. Yeah, Rumpelstiltskin's the Wizard of Oz. Rumpelstiltskin, Korra.
She has the nice shiny green face, and he had the gold. And
yeah, he's got the glitter in his face, so it makes sense. That's why everybody's like, why does she have glitter in her face? It looks horrible. Anyway, back to Wonderland.
Fabulous.
I liked it. But anyway, back to Wonderland. Were you guys surprised that when Jafar was trying to merge the three powers of the genies or whatever together, that Will's lack of heart was going to affect the spell? Like, he couldn't do it because Will didn't have a heart?
I thought it was because he wasn't the brother.
Exactly.
That's what I thought at first, too.
Well, Jafar hasn't tried again.
Right.
So if he tries again and it doesn't work, it's because he's not the brother.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I'm thinking that that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Because he's not the brother, it's not going to work.
Yeah, so this whole this whole journey to get the heart and kill Anastasia and all that,
it's all for nothing.
All for nothing.
But it is an excuse.
Just for Will's torment.
Yeah, it is an excuse to force Will's heart back in his chest. So there's that.
Right.
That was horrible.
Yeah,
I was holding clothes at the time.
Will he gets his heart back in, and immediately Jafar kills Anastasia just to make sure it worked.
Okay, not immediately. Can we talk about
the slow motion kiss? You want to go?
That was like the most horrible thing ever.
It wasn't horrible. It was extremely cheesy, and I was just what's happening?
Oh, why? Why did they have to do that?
This is another thing where I should have known that immediately after they were going to kill Anna, because I was just like, why are they doing this? Then he just kills Anna. I was like, oh god. Oh god.
I shouldn't be laughing, but that was so cheesy. It was just like
so cheesy.
It was like the whole room turned magically and sparkly, and it was that slow motion spin, and
the bars disappeared, and it was all wild.
He's always loved her.
Of course, he's always loved her.
Except when his heart was removed.
No, I know, but if he had his heart, he would have always loved her.
Yeah. So now that Jafar has killed Anastasia, do you think Will is gonna team up with Jafar, go against Alice and Cyrus to change the rules of magic to save Anastasia?
Bring her back? Oh yeah.
That's what the teaser showed.
Did it? I didn't even get to watch the teaser.
That's the teaser show.
So
I was expecting that. It wasn't unexpected for me.
What kind of consequence? Because magic always comes with a consequence, and I'm assuming changing the rules of magic is not going to change that. So
I'm not 100% convinced that whatever this spell does is going to change the rules of magic,
or whether or not it's actually even a thing. And Amara was just trying to get her sons back and to find them.
Yeah, I think that in the end of the spell, it's going to set the genies free. It's going to change the rules of magic by setting the genies free. That's what it's going to do. I don't think it's going to do much more than that.
But magic can't bring somebody back from the dead. We know that already. So, if it doesn't change the rules of magic, does that mean we've seen the last of Anastasia?
No.
If it changes the rules of magic, maybe will change everything that happened. I don't know. I'm hoping. I don't want her dead.
Because Chrissy's saying she doesn't think it's going to change the rules of magic. So if it doesn't, then that means Anastasia's dead.
No,
because people, I was trying to look for like instances where someone's died and they've come back. Well, Rumple. So we've already, whether that was by magic or whatever she did, Rumple's back.
Yeah, we didn't. The rules of magic are you can't make somebody fall in love, you can't kill somebody, and you can't change the past. Those are the 3 rules. They said them again in this episode.
You can't bring someone back, you can't make someone fall in love, and you can't change the past.
That's what I just said.
No, you said you can't kill someone.
Oh.
You can kill a bunch of people.
Oh, maybe it's the wishes that you can't kill somebody.
Yeah.
I think they added that, but yeah. So you're right. The 3 rules, yeah. So I don't know. If that's the case, we don't know how Rumple came back, and like that's another question in itself. But it seems like this series the series right here is kind of holding its own, and it's changing the rules completely as they go, because we've already seen stuff that they've shown us in Once Upon a Time that's not true. They're saying the 3 genies. We know Sydney was a genie. They say that there always has to be a genie in the bottle, and the king wished Sydney free and not to be a genie, and nobody replaced him, and the king was still walking around. So they've already, the series right here, Wonderland, has already broken their own rules.
Well, that also makes me think that these 3 genies are somehow different than whatever genie Sydney was. Because I know in like other fantasy stuff there are different types of genies. So he could just be a different kind of genie. Because Sydney did the little smoke thing for his tail, right? For his feet? When he was
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah, these 3 don't.
Right.
Cyrus and his brothers don't. So I think they're different kinds of genies.
Or if they get these 3 together, change the rules of magic, maybe that's one of the rules.
Maybe. I don't know.
Could
like
be.
I know we've talked about
Sydney a lot.
Sydney. I know we've talked about Sydney before, and I still can't remember most of the details about his backstory. So.
Yeah, no, the king
He
had
doesn't
him.
really have one.
The king had him, and the king
Yeah.
used one of his wishes. I think it was maybe even his first wish, because the king had everything. Remember, he had everything, and he there was nothing he wanted to wish for to make his life better. So he asked Sydney if he could wish for something, what would he wish? And he wanted his freedom. So he just flat out wished the genie free. And that's how Sydney was free. And then I think he still had wishes remaining or something like that. And then Sydney, even without the genie, and Sydney had his final wish was to always look upon Regina and be by her side forever, and that's how he became the magic mirror guy. So.
Oops, magic consequence.
Yeah, exactly. I knew as he was making that wish, though, exactly what was going to happen. But still, yeah, we've talked about Sydney to death, but the thing that wouldn't bother me so much about Sydney and tying this all into this is because I'd be like, yeah, you're right, but they specifically had called Sydney the genie of Agrabah. And the fact that they're using Agrabah so much in this, and the genies were found in Agrabah and all this stuff, like, it's really getting under my skin for some reason. That.
Well, like I said, maybe he's the genie of the Cave of Wonders.
The only theory that I could have that they could solve this whole issue is if Jafar succeeds and merges the genies and they're one genie. And then Sydney is in the finale or whatever, and he's in here somewhere, and he's the one that frees them and replaces, and he takes their place, and now there's only one genie, and Sydney ends up being that genie.
But when we had the flashback for Sydney, I swore Sydney said he was like a genie for hundreds of years.
He did. But then, once again, we don't know where the timeline falls, because...
Oh, I see. So, like, Wonderland could line up hundreds of years in the past for the
Storybrooke or Agrabah or wherever.
No.
Yeah.
Enchanted Forest.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, that's the only theory that I have that could fix this. That's it. Like, I can't think of anything else that could possibly salvage everything.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know. But you, Sev, you said something about the Cave of Wonders. The brothers are the genies of the Well of Wonders. I don't think there's a Cave of Wonders in this.
Well, that's what we are talking about, that there might be a cave.
What would be
well.
interesting...
Cave and okay, I misunderstood.
Yeah.
What would be interesting is if when they return the water, if that's a thing. Because the other thing we have is
Maybe
Cyrus has to change his mother back. Right? He's got to find some way to change his mother back from the staff, because he's now in possession of the staff. So how's he going to do that? I think Rachel, was it, or was it? No, you weren't here last week, right? Were you here last week?
Yeah, I did Wonderland last week.
Yeah, I think it was you that just said, what are they going to throw the staff into the well?
Like, it's like, what is they going to throw the staff in the well, trying to turn her back human? What? But if they follow the Latin, the Disney, what happened to break Jafar's grip on everything was they smashed the staff.
Yeah.
If they do that, does she come out or what?
Because in Aladdin, Jafar's magic came from the staff. In this, Jafar's magic, he's got his own, but
amplified,
then supplemented with her magic.
Right. So, yeah, that's the big question there.
They're gonna have to go back to the well.
So what I'm thinking is, after they restore everything, to make sure this doesn't happen again, they might destroy the well, and in doing so creates the Cave of Wonders, so to speak.
Could be. Well, like I said, maybe the well comes from the cave. the water,
The water.
you know.
Maybe.
Yeah. I don't know. I just think
I don't
them
know.
blowing up the well or something would create like this massive crevice in the ground, and the water would obviously go deeper. Like,
I don't think the spirit bitch would be very happy about you blowing up.
no.
No, but
Blowing
I
up
just
her.
hope they get rid of the spirit bitch. She's very creepy.
Yeah, but I kind of like her.
She's very Samara Ring, and it's like, ew.
Yes. Oh yeah. No, her design is definitely creepy, but I like that she's, sort of, I'm telling you this is what's going to happen and you're going to suffer and it's your fault for it.
Yeah. My other question about the staff is, why did the staff decide to go back to Cyrus now? It's been in constant interaction with Jafar and him while he was in a
Because he
cage, while he
never-
was...
Tried to kill.
Kill him.
Yeah.
But he was a genie, and she knew that he could hurt
Oh,
him.
yeah, he was.
as
This
he's
is the
a
first time
genie.
and not as a genie.
Genie,
Okay.
and she's not going to let him hurt her baby.
My baby.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, so, I don't know. I think that about covers things for this episode, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So next week,
Very,
it's
very
what?
sad.
Very
It's just
sad.
very sad.
Shed a moment of tear for Anastasia? Is that what we want to do?
I have actually liked her, and I like the character she plays. She's very.
And
I mean,
I
she may seem all very 2D and flat, but she's very she's
I
very
liked her from the
pretty.
moment she sassed onto the screen, like
Sassed onto the screen.
Sass. She has
she sassed
sass.
right up there.
She did. She's
But I
very
like to
sassy.
see. I want to see more of her backstory. I want to see exactly why she married the king. What everything was all about.
Yeah.
This is going to be awesome.
I have no clue what they're playing.
Yeah. Anyway, so next week's episode, and speaking of which, 2 episodes left to the finale.
Yeah.
Stop.
Next week, and then following that is the finale. So 2
Yeah.
more weeks. Next week's episode, To Catch a Thief. In flashback, the knave hunts Alice per Cora's directive, and he finds himself striking a deal to get his heart back. While in present-day Wonderland, Alice and the knave's friendship is tested as he does Jafar's bidding and steals from her. Meanwhile, the Jabberwocky attempts to free herself from Jafar's control, and Jafar is confronted by his former partner.
Yep. I'm back.
Is it... but see, how could... Alright, hold on. Jafar's former partner.
Yeah.
Is it Amara or is it Anastasia?
Well, if you're gonna define it like that, it's both of them. But I'm pretty sure it's gonna be.
I think it's Amara.
I don't know. I think that's what they want us to... I think it's going to be both.
Both.
I think it's going to be both. We have not seen the end of Anastasia. She's coming back, I know, for a fact. She is. Don't be too upset. She's coming back.
Oh, I know she's coming back. They can't kill her off. I'm sorry.
Spoilers, but she's coming back.
I want to see the White Queen. That's why I want this to continue. I want to see all this shit.
I don't think we're going to see the White Queen this season, and introducing her
No,
now is
that's
going
what
to... It's going to be
I know.
too late. Like, it's not going to be enough. It almost seemed to me like that Anastasia was the White Queen. Oh, hi.
Bye.
She's in... Oh, hi. She's back.
All right, say hi and leave, please. Hi. I'm muting.
So she's in the middle of watching Once Upon a Time. She actually just started the original series. So she just watched episode 1, I believe. But yeah, so I don't know. Anastasia, I don't know. I the synopsis for the finale talks about Anastasia, so
Yeah.
she's coming back. Just don't know how.
Or
Don't know.
flashbacks. We're gonna see some form of her
Yeah. So
at least.
Oh, I hope she comes back. I know they're going to. And I'm really interested to see what the whole Jabberwocky has to.
yeah,
I like her.
So it says their friendship is going to be tested.
Of
So
course.
with the Knave and Alice, how do you think that's gonna all pan out in the end? Like, is she gonna...
It's gonna suck.
Yeah.
She gonna
'cause,
forgive him? She gonna be, you know, like...
She's
she
very
might
forgiving.
understand why he's doing it. But I don't think he'll tell her right off because he'd probably be scared that Jafar will go back on his word, which chances are Jafar will go back on his word.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to tell her right off the bat. She's not going to know why.
Probably not, but in the end, I think she's gonna forgive him because it put herself in those shoes.
Oh, yeah.
And if she was Will and Jafar stabbed Cyrus, she would do the exact same thing.
Oh, yeah.
I
Well,
don't
I mean, she kind of did.
You don't think she would?
to break the rules of magic and bring him back from the dead?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
You don't think she'd bring Cyrus back from the dead? She could.
I think
It's
so.
one thing to rescue him while he's still alive. It's a completely different thing to bring him back from the dead when he's dead.
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 I
But
don't
think if they
Instead-
do bring her
dead,
back
dead
from
instead
the
of mostly
dead, gotta go see Miracle Max.
I love that there's multiple stages of death.
He's only mostly dead.
You know what would be a cool consequence for bringing Anastasia back? She pulls a Benjamin Button.
Oh god. She comes out all old.
Yeah. Well, she comes out at her age, and then she starts.
And younger and younger.
Yeah.
That'd be weird.
Until Will is dating a 3-year-old.
That's, yeah, they're horrible.
And on
Dumb,
that note,
you're dumb.
and on that note, Rachel, where can the people find you?
They can find me on Twitter at Savannah17. Oh, look, he actually remembered this time.
Yeah, I can remember sometimes, right?
Sometimes. You're not
Clio,
being dumb.
where can the people find you?
You can find me at Clio Moto on Twitter, Instagram, Vine, Tumblr, Pinterest, and you can find me on Twitch at the Clio Moto.
Where can we not find you? It's probably a shorter list.
Well, I'm on Reddit, but I'm never on it. Where can't you find me? You can find me on Google Plus, but I'm never on it.
See, but
MySpace.
we could still find you there. I'm looking for a place we can't find you.
MySpace.
4chan, MySpace.
You don't have a MySpace account? Like disabled, deactivated somewhere? I
Yeah,
do.
it's deactivated somewhere.
Yeah. Well, mine's not deactivated. It's inactive, I should say.
You'll never find me on 4chan.
Never.
Never.
She's always lurking /B. So you can find me at Phenomedom, Phenomedom.
Phenomenon.
So I had to unplug this.
Yes, she had to unplug that. So you can find us all on tvcaptive.com as well as ASOTV podcast on Facebook, Twitter, Gmail, G+, and YouTube. Yeah, I think that about does it. So until next week, see you guys later.
Bye. Phenomenon.
In Yugoslavia.
Damn it!
You're scared, but don't do
And
anything
you're
else.
all my family.